something you should know, yeah. Well, you are suffocating, but I need to breathe. So why you complicating everything? You try to stop me, but it just won't. Oh, well, there is something I think you should know. You should know. You should know. If this is what you want, then what you waiting for? You could lose it forever. It could be now or never. Just something you should know. Just something you should know. Something you should know. Ladies and gentlemen, Trevor Page. Wasn't it wonderful? Well, we've reached our first intermission. It's time for cocktails and cruising, I mean conversation. Visit the tea room, I mean the bathroom. And we'll be back shortly with the second half of our entertainment for 2011's Rise Up and Shout. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Rise Up and Shout. Before we continue, the cast and crew want to take a moment to say welcome to another special person who has just arrived to our lovely city of Los Angeles. She is the world's first openly lesbian bishop, and we're very much graced to have her now in our presence. Would you please join me in welcoming to our community Episcopal Bishop Mary Glasspool. And let's take a moment to re-welcome someone who's been away the last 3 years due to complications of a serious stroke. He is one of our most distinguished gay scholars and historians, and how lucky we are to have him with us tonight. Please give a shout out to the one and only Mr. Stuart Timmons. Well, I have to say, I was reading over the set list, and I saw the next performer, and I clutched my pearls. I did. I was like, oh, what's become of Rise Up and Shout, such an honorable institution. Because I've had the pleasure of sharing the stage and knowing this next performer for quite some time, and he is, well, a force of nature, to be sure. And he's a Brazilian native chameleon, singer, actor, dancer. He uses his body as an artistic tool. He's joined on stage by Rudeness and St. Peter, two other notables, with his band. It's going to be an experience that you'll never forget, let me tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce you to Leopold and the Bang Bang Bang.
be a bitch. Horse. If you wanna ride the white pony. White pony. Ha, ride the white pony. You wanna ride the white horse. If you wanna ride the white horse. Horse. Ride the white horse. Pony. Ride the white pony. Horse. Pony. Horse. Pony. Bump the gym, I bump it up while your feet are stumping. And the gym is pumping. Look at the crowd is jumping. I bump it up a little more, get the body going on the dance floor. See, cause that's when the body's at, and you find out to the. I want a place to stay. Get your booty on the floor tonight. Make my day. I want a place to stay. Get your booty on the floor tonight. Make my day. Hit it. Bump the gym, I bump it up while your feet are stumping. In the gym, it's a bumping. Looking at the crowd is jumping. I bump it up a little more, get the body going in the dance floor. See, cause that's when the body's at, and if I die, chill out. I want a place to stay. Get your booty on the floor tonight. Make my day. I want a place to stay. Get your booty on the floor tonight. Make my day. 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 Yo, I bump the gym. I bump it up. I bump it, bump it, boom. I bump the gym. I bump it up. I bump it, bump it, bump it, boom. I bump the gym. I bump it up. I bump it, bump it, bump it, boom. I bump the gym. I bump it up. I bump it, bump it, bump it, hot. I bump it hot. Boom, bump it, bump it, bump it, hot. Bump it hot. I bump it hot. Bump it, bump it, bump it, bump it, bump it, hot. Bump the gym. Bump it up. Ah, bump the gym. Bump it up. Bump it, bump it, bump it, bump it, jam. I bump it, bump it, bump it, bump it, bump it, jam. I want place to sing. The first night, make my day. 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 Bump it, 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 bump the gym, bump the gym, bump the gym, bump it. Jimmy just me. We're Leopold in the bang, bang, bang.
Ladies and gentlemen, Leopold in the bang, bang, bang! See, I told you. Well, while they clean up from that mess, I'm going to take the opportunity to shameless promote myself. No, I'm not talking about Leopold, I'm talking about the band equipment. Shame on you. If you want to know a secret, Leopold and my love life crossed paths. We shared a paramour once upon a time. Not at the same time, mind you, at different times. Shh, I shouldn't be saying these things. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I just... You know, I do want to take the opportunity to let you know that I will be performing this summer at Los Angeles Pride, for those of you that are in town. Thank you very much. I'm very much looking forward to that. I'll also be in Chicago for Market Days. I'll be down in San Diego for the Zoo Party. So hopefully I'll see some of you soon. And please like me on Facebook. I live for likes and Google mentions, but that's another thing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce our next act. He's a student at Loyola Marymount University, where he studies screenwriting in English. His passion in media is only surmounted by his passion for social justice. Look at what I have. How do you do? I think you did well. On his campus, he was co-president of the Gender Sexuality Alliance, and along with other co-presidents, pushed to have Gay and Lesbian Center on campus. Sean spent this past fall studying abroad in Germany, where he made a short documentary about queer Turkish Germans. I bet he did. Shame on you! He hopes to continue his work in the media industry by writing for television in the future. I think we've cleaned up. Sounds pretty good to me. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce Sean Krimmel.
Okay, so I wrote this spoken word poem when I was in Germany, and a lot of the teen suicides were coming up in the news, and every time I hear about other teenagers and other gay kids anywhere, I always feel really, really connected to it, just because I think it could have been myself that had gone down that path. So I wrote this poem. Inclusion. I can't speak about inclusion. Inclusion is that bird that won't be held. Inclusion is a bird that fights and chirps in the night, breaking my sleep, only to remind me about that majority vote. The unrecognized DADT soldiers dying, and the orphan child crying, whose heroin-addicted mother and politician father both voted yes on hate. It's Asher Brown putting a warm gun to a cold head, and Seth Walsh tying the noose, because they didn't know the word love. Because bullying is the only bullet one needs to load a gun with. Because children are always children, but society makes their soft hands into a fist. Because the slightest difference on who someone loves matters more than the suicide rates going up and the life expectancy going down, hitting the pavement like a smack to my face when I was told that I would fall from God's grace and my father would find out. It's the same spitball that hit my head as it hit theirs. And I wonder what that spitball would feel like if it was coming from a gun. The same plastic gun I was given that Christmas, I asked for a Barbie. And I wonder how many lives were saved when Harvey was shot, or when Bobby Griffith fell onto the freeway, his blood spelling out, "Sorry, Mom, I tried." And how many more lives need to be taken because a young boy in LA gets killed just for wearing mascara? Maybe he thought that morning when he was putting it on that hate crimes will end today. Sometimes the inclusion into the crime is the only inclusion we can feel because feeling the hate overpowers the warmth of Carlson's body pressed up against mine so hard that it hurts too much to hold. I'm still waiting for the phone call to tell me it wasn't a one-night stand. Tasks that we spend our lives giving birth to love and raising acceptance and screaming for God to hear us, while paving our own road to a better world, which always seems to be paved with tears and blood. I remember when I was young, my mother told me, "Stop doing that." That? I asked, not realizing what she meant was to be myself. To not look at men on the internet whose abs were so toned and so tight around my neck that I couldn't even breathe or scream for help that would never hold me and tell me I am loved for me. Damien, Mike, lists of names, Kyle, Lamar, Tim, Robert, Brian, Ken, these are all names of men in my life that had their rights stripped away from them that November evening when the world was shouting in jubilation that their savior, Christ the King, Obama, had come. But where was he when my friend was beat to a pulp and woke up in the same hospital that diagnosed another of my friends with HIV? Inclusion? Into what? Into that statistic book reminding me how many of my friends suffer from a depression that screams, "Wear a condom!" When all I want to do is wear my tight shirt without my mom rolling her eyes. Inclusion is snorting cocaine off the New York Times and feeling the rush of wind out the broken window where the first stone wall was cast, opening the door to years of stigmatization and blame that could only come from a community built on worshiping the almighty dollar, seeing this same dollar spent on clothes, cars, Bibles, and women that never age. The same dollar that when the waiter comes up to me and asks me what I would like to drink, and I reply shouting at the top of my lungs, "Adios, motherfucker!" would whisper water, dripping from my mother's eyes as she holds me tight as a baby in her arms, watching me grow in my activism and further away from her belief that her son is straight and will marry a woman just like her. A woman is beautiful and diverse who can't see the world in front of her. Black beans and rice, tostones kernel, all thrown on my plate. The same plate I dropped on the floor when I was 11 and cried for 2 weeks because I knew it meant I was gay. Because when I asked God not to let the plate break, he shattered it into a billion little shards of glass, spelling out, "Fuck you!"
Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Kimmel. Next up, we have a dramatic reading for you by two very fine young thespians. Keisha Navarro. Maria Falgion. Did I say that right? Hails from a small town in South Carolina where she started acting at a very young age. Shortly after her graduation, She had the lead role of Tina in an off-Broadway hit, Tony and Tina's Wedding. She's guest starred on HBO's Entourage, and most recently she starred in a dark comedic film alongside Norah Jones, which will be hitting the film circuit soon. Barrett Craig recently appeared on Beverly Hills 90210, The Bold and the Beautiful. Coming up, he'll be in Incest the Musical. He hails from Texas and has been in Los Angeles for 3 years and doesn't know it yet, but he'll be asking me out to dinner after the play. Ladies and gentlemen, Maria and Barrett.
Where have you been?
Out.
Where?
Just out. Thinking.
It's late.
I had a lot to think about.
I burned dinner.
Sorry.
Not my dinner. My dinner was fine. I burned your dinner. I put everything back in the oven and I turned it up as high as it would go. And I watched until it burned black. Still hot, very hot. Want it?
You didn't have to do that.
I know. It just seemed like the sort of thing that a mentally deranged, sex-starved, pill-popping housewife would do, so I did it. Who knows what I'll have to do next?
How many pills?
A bunch. Don't change the subject.
I won't talk to you whenever.
Stop it! Pills are not the problem. They're not our problem. I want to know where you've been. I want to know what is going on.
Going on with what? The job?
Not the job.
I talked to Mr. Cohen. He said I had more time,
Not
but I
the
can't
job.
get you to talk.
Shut up! Stick to the subject, please!
I don't know what that is. Do you have something you want to ask me? Ask me. Go.
I can't. I'm scared of you.
I'm tired. I'm going to bed.
Look, just answer the question without making me ask, please.
This is crazy. You're crazy.
You know, when you walk through that door at night, your face is never exactly the way I remembered it. I am always surprised by something mean and hard about the way you look. Even the weight of you in bed at night. I mean, the way you breathe seems unfamiliar. You terrify me.
I know exactly who you are.
Yeah. I'm the enemy. That's easy. That doesn't change. You think that you're the only one that hates sex? I do. I hate it with you. I do. I actually dream that you just batter away at me until all my joints come apart like wax and I just fall to pieces. It's like a punishment. I should have never married you. You know what? I knew that you were... It's a sin. And it is killing us both.
You can always tell when you've had too many pills. Your face gets all red and you're all sweaty. Frankly, it's very often why I don't know what...
Because...
You're not pretty. Not like this.
I have something to ask you.
Then ask me! Ask me!
Are you a homo? Are you? And if you walk out that door, I swear to God, I will put everything back in the oven and I will turn it up so high the entire building will asphyxiate. Just tell me, okay? Just tell me.
What if I... What?
Then just tell me.
No!
Just tell me.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I don't see what difference it makes. We ought to pray. Ask God for help. Ask Him together.
God won't talk to me. I have to make people up to talk to me. I forgot the question. Oh, yeah. God, my husband, a homo.
Stop it! Just stop it! Does it make any difference? That I might be this one thing deep within, no matter how wrong or how ugly it is. So long as I fought with everything I had to kill it. What do you want from me? What do you want from me, Harper? More than that, for God's sake, there's nothing left to kill. There's nothing left. I'm a shell. As long as my behavior is what I know it has to be, decent and correct, that alone in the eyes of God.
No, not that, Joe. That's Utah talk. That's Mormon talk. I hate it. Just say it, okay? Just tell me.
All I will say to you is that I am a very good man. I've done everything I have to be good. And you want to destroy that. You want to destroy me. And I am not going to let you do that.
I'm going to have a baby.
Liar!
You liar. A baby born addicted to pills. A baby who does not dream but who hallucinates. And a baby who stares up at us with big mirror eyes and does not know who we are.
Are you really?
No. Yes. No. Yes. Get away from me. Now we both have a secret.
Maria and Barrett. Our next performer likes con or crispy rice, as you may know it. He's from the Dominican Republic, and no, he doesn't play baseball, but he loves to sing and write songs. That's the reason why he moved to SoCal in early 2007 to start the commercial music professional vocalist program at Long Beach City College. Today, Omar is recording a passionate collection of his own compositions in Spanish, soon to be released on his first EP album. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce Omar Perez-Ten.
It's a pleasure to be here, indeed. This song I'm about to sing was the first song I ever wrote, and it talks about love, unfulfilled love. I remember I was in love. He was having an affair with cocaine. And as I asked myself, should I stay? Should I leave? I wrote this song. It's in Spanish, and it basically says, where have you gone with all your promises? Where have you gone with all your love? Where have you gone with all your kisses? 'Cause I'm sitting all alone. This is a donde. Yo no sé qué hacer ahora que no te tengo aquí para hacerte muy feliz. Yo me muerdo los labios, la lengua, dónde fueron tus promesas? ¿A dónde fue todo tu amor? ¿A dónde fueron tus abrazos? Al solito quedo yo. ¿A dónde fueron todos tus besos? Tus letrados instrumentos. ¿A dónde fueron esos labios donde morí y volví a nacer? ¿A dónde fue tu corazón? Respirar se me hace muy difícil. Mi vida no existe sin ti. ¿A dónde fueron tus promesas? ¿A dónde fue todo tu amor? ¿A dónde fueron tus abrazos? Al solito quedo yo. ¿A dónde fueron todos tus besos? Tus letrados instrumentos. ¿A dónde fueron esos labios donde morí y volví a nacer? ¿A dónde fue tu corazón? No sé. No sé. No sé. No sé. As you heard, I come from the Dominican Republic, and it's been an amazing journey. I've been here 4 years, but it's been hard being away from my family, the friends I grew up with, you know, my grandmother, and I'm just grateful, but it's been really